Hey everyone, and welcome to this explainer. So, we are currently right in the middle of what might just be the biggest earthquake in Indian taxation in well over half a century. We're officially transitioning to a completely new legislative framework, and honestly, the landscape is changing incredibly fast. Whether you're a taxpayer, a tax professional, or just somebody trying to stay compliant, you absolutely need to know exactly what's happening right now on the ground and over on the official tax port.
Okay, let's dive into this. Here is our roadmap for today. We're covering 1. The new tax era, 2. The IT bill comparison tool, 3. New taxpayer resources, 4. Active compliance crackdowns, and 5. Those urgent July due dates.
Section 1. The New Tax Era and the Income Tax Act 2025.
For literally decades, the Income Tax Act of 1961 was the absolute backbone of Indian taxation. It was a heavy burden on the bookshelves of pretty much every CA in the country. But you know what? That legacy code that generations of professionals have memorized is officially out, and a massive legislative update has taken its place. We've officially crossed into a new reality, the Income Tax Act of 2025, which just recently came into full force on April 1st, 2026. And I want to be clear here, this isn't just some minor amendment or a tiny budget tweak. It is a comprehensive overhaul. The government has entirely replaced the legacy framework to modernize the whole system. But as with any massive system change, the most dangerous part isn't the new system itself. It's actually the bridge between the old and the new.
Which brings us to what is easily the most important number you need to memorize right now, Section 536. This specific section outlines the crucial transition provisions. We're talking about the repeals and savings between the old 1961 Act and the new 2025 Act. Honestly, understanding Section 536 is the absolute key to surviving this transition without making some critical and potentially expensive compliance errors. It dictates exactly what rules carry over, what gets left behind in the past, and how your previous actions are going to be treated under this new law. If you are handling any ongoing tax assessments or past compliance issues, Section 536 is literally your map through the maze. So how on earth are we supposed to navigate all these changes without getting totally lost?
That brings us to Section 2, the IT bill comparison tool and navigating the legislative changes. To help us make sense of this completely new era, the Tax Department has actually rolled out a highly functional IT bill comparison tool right there on their portal. And this brilliantly illustrates how technology can make a transition like this manageable. It's super easy, just a simple 3-step process. Step 1, you just upload the files or enter the URLs for both the 1961 Act and the 2025 Act. Step 2, you select the exact specific sections you want to analyze. And then Step 3, the tool generates a side-by-side comparison highlighting the exact differences for you, which you can just view right there in HTML or export as a PDF. So what does this mean for you? It means you don't have to sit there with 2 massive heavy textbooks on your desk trying to spot the changing commas and clauses yourself. The tool literally does all the heavy lifting for you.
Section 3. New taxpayer resources, looking at FAQs and educational content.
Alongside those great digital tools, the department has been incredibly busy publishing educational content to clarify this new 2026 landscape. Seriously, if you have a specific question right now, there is a very good chance the department has just published the answer to it. They've uploaded brand new, highly specific FAQs covering everything from Budget 2026 to tailored guides for senior citizens, updated rules for income from house property, new TDS guidance, and, perhaps most importantly for us, clarificatory FAQs specifically focused on those 1961 to 2025 transition rules under Section 536 that we just talked about. My best advice here is simple. Head straight to these specific links on the portal. Please do not guess how the new rules apply to your unique situation when the official step-by-step guidance is sitting right there waiting for you.
Let's move on to Section 4, active compliance crackdowns and government enforcement initiatives. Now, while the government is providing lots of help and tools, they are also significantly tightening the net. The new era of taxation isn't just about giving us new rules, it's about much stricter enforcement. Check out this official press release statement. CBDT launches Second Nudge Initiative to strengthen voluntary compliance in respect of foreign assets. Okay, so what does this mean in plain English? It means that if you have undisclosed offshore wealth, foreign bank accounts, or any assets sitting outside of India, the government is actively looking your way right now. The Nudge Initiative is essentially the department leveraging deep data analytics to spot discrepancies. They then send a targeted nudge to taxpayers to correct their filings before they bring down formal punitive action. It's a warning shot for sure, and it proves that their data network is highly active in tracking foreign asset data.
And listen, it's not just about offshore wealth.
Domestically, the Central Board of Direct Taxes is executing a massive nationwide verification exercise right now specifically targeting the hospitality sector. They are actively going after restaurants that are suppressing their turnover. So if you operate anywhere in the hospitality space, you need to be aware that your revenue reporting is under intense targeted scrutiny. The department is cross-referencing everything, digital payments, supply chain data, reported income, just looking to find the gaps. It's a very clear warning that any discrepancies are going to be caught.
And just to prove the sheer scale of the government's active oversight across literally all levels of taxation, wrap your head around this number: 219. That is the exact number of advanced pricing agreements, or APAs, signed by the CBDT in the financial year 25 to 26. This is a massive administrative undertaking. It shows that the department is highly active in locking down transfer pricing regulations and making absolutely sure that multinational corporations are paying their fair share of taxes in India. So, from a small domestic restaurant to a massive global corporation, the compliance net right now is incredibly wide and very, very active.
Finally, Section 5, urgent July due dates and the deadlines you absolutely cannot miss.
So, today is July 12, 2026. That means a massive cluster of bureaucratic deadlines is hitting us in exactly 2 days. Let's quickly run through what is due immediately. The crucial point here is that all of these disparate compliance forms land simultaneously on July 14th. If you are a government office where TDS was paid without a challan in June, your Form 137 under the new 2026 rules is due. If you deducted tax at source in May under specific sections of the new 2025 Act, you have to issue the Form 132 certificate. For authorized dealers handling foreign remittances for the quarter ending June 2026, Form 147 is due. Similarly, IFSC units must file Form 148 for their remittances. And lastly, stock exchanges must file Form 1 for modified client codes for the month of June. These are highly specific, strict deadlines tied directly to the new rules. You literally have 2 days.
And that wraps up our explainer for today. We've seen that the transition from the old 1961 Act to the new 2025 Act is profound, and it touches pretty much every single aspect of compliance. Yes, the government has armed us with some really powerful comparison tools and detailed FAQs, but we have to remember they are balancing all of that with aggressive compliance checks like the Nudge Initiative and those targeted sector verifications. With critical deadlines looming right this second, I want to leave you with this one question to think about. Are you truly prepared for this new era of taxation? I highly recommend you log onto the portal today, explore the new tools for yourself, and double-check your upcoming filings. Thanks so much for joining me on this explainer. Stay compliant and keep learning.